listen, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I don't want anybody to get offended by what I'm about to say. Back to my channel. I am currently sitting here waiting. I'm actually recording another video on this rice water thing that I'm trying out. So as I'm sitting here waiting, I decided to go ahead and open up and read my god brother's letter that he wrote me. He's in prison, so I just wanted to, you know, hop in, give this other video, and then, you know, in the midst of that one, you know, I'm trying to get it together. First of all, I just came from downstairs, so I'm so out of breath. So let me catch my breath first. Anyways, let's get back to this letter. So what I will say about anybody that's in prison, please, if you can, if you have just a few minutes, just write someone that you know.
Come on.
Okay. I just got it yesterday and I didn't open it right away, which is weird. I usually open his letters the same day he writes them, but we do write each other back pretty frequently. Not as frequent as often as I would like, honestly. So what I just recently did a few days ago was I went and just bought a whole book of stamps. Just bought 20 stamps so they could be on hand. I don't have an excuse. I have envelopes at home. When I get mail and they send extra envelopes, I save those because I mean, even though I already got a lot of envelopes, but it's just still the principle, like, you know, I just want to always have some, and I want to always have stamps on hand, because reading his letters and communicating with him and texting him and, you know, talking to him on the phone, like, I have learned so much about being in prison, close with someone that, you know, is literally like, it's different than watching stuff on TV. Because honestly, like, Yvonne and I, we've watched 60 Days In, like binge watched all of them. And it's like, you see a lot on 60 Days In, and I would definitely recommend you guys go watch it. I really love it. I wish they would come out with another season that I can watch for free. But yeah, so, you know, even with things like that, it's just like you see so much and it's like, dang. And, you know, that kind of put perspective on it, that it's not fake, you know, some of the things that you hear. But like communicating with my god brother, who is only 6 months older than me, it's like, it's so stressful. And I just really wish I could just pull him out of there, like, you know, like, all right, you didn't serve the time, you didn't gave the government all the time that they needed with you, okay? And you understand, you learned any lessons of anything that you could have done, or what they thought you've done, you know, whatever the case may be. You learn who not to hang around. You learn how to keep yourself out of trouble. I'm pretty sure he learned that by now. Very wise young man. But it's so hard being in prison and you don't have anybody to communicate with, because just think about it, like, what they in there doing? Especially during the coronavirus time. They was literally on lockdown every day, and they was only letting them out on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 30 minutes. And within those 30 minutes, that was their time to shower, call whoever they wanted to call, go pee, whatever it is. Well, no, the bathroom, the toilet is in the room, but anything that you would do outside of that those four walls, being in there with one other person, 23.5 hours a day, and on the other days, the whole time. So y'all could even take showers on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays if you wanted to. Think about that. Think about that. Think about how hard that can be. And the only person you got around to talk to is the person that's in the room with you. What if you don't like them? What if you don't want to talk to them? You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you support people when they are going through something like that. And that's what I try to do as much as possible. I try to send him money as much as possible, you know, for commissary and whatever else he needed for. I don't really care. I don't ask. I just know that it's hard. You can't do it. You know, this is a hard situation, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I wouldn't wish that pain or that stress or the feeling that I have with him being in there. I wouldn't. And like, just, you know, thinking about my godmom and, you know, like his daughter, who's like, that just hurt my soul so much, because it's like she just growing up and she just steady getting older and older, and it's like she knows her dad, but it's hard. It's not the same like when someone's, you know, not there, and you can't just go get them. And it's hard because it's like, it's a different feeling than like someone not being in the world either, because it's like, all right, you know, you kind of get a little bit of peace knowing like, all right, God got them or whatever. But it's so hard thinking about, you know, like just being in prison, like, and it's been what, 6 years or going on 6 years, and I'm only 26. So he's 27. He turned 27 in June. So I'm saying all of that to say, if you have someone that's in prison or anything like that, just try to communicate with them as much as possible. Try to write them or whatever. He even has asked me before, like anybody that's real willing to write him letters. Like, he doesn't care if I even give you his address. Like, he's like, write me, communicate with me, talk to me. Tell me something, like put me in a different perspective, put me in a different mindset, put me in a state where I can read something and feel like I'm not in these four walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me perspective of what's going on out there in the world. You know, they don't see anything, they don't know, you know, like, it's just whole lot of the only thing they can see is the stuff on TV. It's just crazy. So this is the letter. Listen, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I don't want anybody to get offended by what I'm about to say. I love our conversations. I'm not even gonna say always, but we don't even talk about, you know, like inappropriate things or anything like that. But I made a boomerang one day, just like glimpsing, like, you know, happy, like, oh, I'm about to read my brother's letter, and someone paused my boomerang and confronted him about something that he put in the letter to me, and I didn't like that at all, honestly. So I'm really just putting that out there. So ever since then, I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable sharing certain stuff that I want to share, because people be watching for negative reasons, and I don't like that. Like, don't watch, and then especially to not even say like, oh, you know, you talk to your brother. Like, no, like, you didn't even say anything to me, but you went and told him like, oh, you said this in that letter, like, and then he asked me about it, and I'm like, I didn't tell anybody anything. And I thought, and he mentioned like boomerang. That's how you know. Like, he don't even know what a boomerang is. Boomerangs went out when he went in there. So I'm like that was the ultimate petty. Like, he going through so much sitting these four walls, and somebody had the audacity to pause a boomerang to try to read what he said, and then confronting him like, oh, well, you said you did this, you said, like, this man is in prison, don't know when he's coming home. Leave the stress to somebody else, please, would you? Don't leave the stress to somebody else. Like, that was just so petty and uncalled for. So I'm just saying. All right, so do y'all want me to read the letter? I'm gonna read it, and if it's something in there that I feel like somebody might cry about, I'm gonna just cut it out. All right, so I'm gonna start reading the letter. I ain't gonna show it though, because I don't know what's all in here, and I don't want nobody to pause and screenshot and confront him about anything. It says, sis, what up though? You funny as hell talking about the purple pen got annoying. And how you got a Planet Fitness pen. You be working out? Oh, okay, another boy, that's what's up, sis. You might just be like Mother Sam off the 2 boys first. I'm so glad she making progress. Shit put a nigga in his feelings reading that. Mother Sam, my baby. Okay, that sounds like some shit real. That sounds like some real shit like I never heard of. What you said happened to her. Like, wow. I can only imagine how you feel, sis. You just gotta stay strong for her. Do as much as you can to help, whatever it takes. That is the most you can do. You feel me? Send me some more pictures of y'all, sis, even though they don't give me my cards. Even though they ain't give me my cards, shaking my head. I just got the letter, and that's it. He just seemed like he cooled in a mug. I wish I could chill with him. I wish I could chill with him off to go to the mall. Straight up. See, that part, I'm gonna cut that out. He cut into Duke though, laughing my ass off. And why he wanna pee in the tub though, LOL, he bad. Yeah, Kaylee and Mariah are doing that virtual shit too. What grade you teach in high school and what class? How much time you got left? And you pay everything off. And it's your first shit, they should let you off. And what she got you doing? Like, off the, hi, my name is Josiah and I'm a fuck out of here. But anyway, yeah, I never knew you could cook, sis. What you be working? What you be cooking? I want some corned beef and cabbage with the cornbread and some mac and cheese. The oven mac and cheese off the layer of cheese on top. You can't put that together, can you, sis? Boy, I can put anything together, okay? I actually never made corned beef and cabbage, but I have been saying that for the past couple months that I really want to make that. I don't know how to get the cabbage. I don't know what kind of cabbage to buy. Because the cabbage that I be seeing online should be looking like lunch meat. And I don't want lunch meat. So I'm like, what kind of cabbage do y'all be using? I mean, not cabbage. I know cabbage. The head of cabbage. I meant corned beef. That's what I meant, corned beef. So yeah. It's crazy you say you make banana pudding because I got the best banana pudding off the yard. The jailhouse version. But that motherfucker smack, you hear me? Right now the pandemic's slowing everything down as far as my case, so my shit just basically idle right now. Oh, I should be talking to the Kaylee, Katie, and no nobody fuck with me, Booster. I just be chilling though, watching sports. I'm writing an urban novel right now too. It's called Count the Money. Mentally, I've been cool. Like I told you, I got a celly from the city, so it make the bed better type shit. Talk about city shit, but yeah, sis, I be trying to keep a clear head or I'll be on some asshole bully shit. But yeah, something definitely gonna shake for me. I love y'all too, Booster. Y'all be safe out there. I miss you. Thanks for taking the time to write. Alright, Booster. With love, bro. So, I ain't gonna lie, you know, like reading this letter, I'm always happy. I'm always happy whenever he write a letter, just because I just want to check on him. I want to make sure he's still alive in there. You know what I'm saying? I just be wanting to make sure like he good. You just really never know what the hell is going on in the prison. Like, you don't know what's going on, and it just kills me, and it hurts my soul so much, and it just hurts me so bad that's how I communicate with my guy brother. It's just like letters back and forth, back and forth. And then my other guy brother, who he's younger, he actually passed away a few months ago, like right before it was like right in the beginning of the pandemic, and that was very, very hard. And so, you know, it's just crazy. And as you could hear right what he just said, like, you know, he listed the few people that he communicates with, and it's so many other people out there. Like, if I was to post anything about him, like, it's so many people that be, oh, shine this, shine that, but nobody's communicating. So I don't know. I just wish people would communicate with my god brother. I wish people would write him letters. I wish people would, you know, like just tap in more, because I try to do as much as I can, but you know, it's only so much that can go on, and then you gotta wait for things to get there, and then they gotta read through their mail and all this other stuff. So of course you gotta be careful what you say in your letters and things like that, because the COs have to read everything first. I've been sending him these cards. Let me see if I have any right here. Yep, I do. So these little cards from this game called Blurt, but it's basically like definitions or whatever, but it's a game. So you know, you read a sentence like, a tickling feeling of the skin that causes one to want to scratch and itch. So you know, it's 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and I usually like send a few of these with his letters just to give him something to do. You know, like, you know, so eventually I want him to have all of these. It's way more. I had 1 million of them, and you know, they just be around my house, and sometimes they get thrown away, and I'm just like, there's no point in me just throwing them away. I could put them to use, like, because some of the stuff on here be hard. Even if it's as simple as what I just said, it's hard to think about. So it's something that he could do, you know, you in a room with 4 walls, with your celly, play a game. You know, it just gives you something to talk about, gives you something to do. So that's why I try to send these. I'm gonna send him some more pictures as well. But at the end of the day, it's just like, we need love, okay? And I seen a post recently. If I can find it, I'll put it in here. But you know, it said something about how it takes 6 people to hold you up when you're in that in a casket when you pass away. How about we get 6 people to hold us up while we alive? Like, do you know how hard it is to live in a world that we live in, especially for a young black man to be in prison? You know how hard that can be? And if you don't, you need to tap into some things like I said, that shows 60 Days In, or it's cool. Like that show 60 Days In. What's another show that people can watch to like understand what it's like to be in prison?
TV shows?
Or anything. Like documentaries.
Oh no, I can't think of that. Oh, going backwards.
I was just trying to tell them that it just seems so hard to be in prison. And it's just crazy, like, just to imagine a black man being in prison, like what they go through and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just feel like it's just so important that you just try to, you know, send love as much as possible, because I don't know how it feels specifically, but I can only imagine. Like, look at how much they go through out in the real world, and just imagine in prison with the police officers, with the COs, with, you know, other people that got all this stuff going on in their head for reasons, you know, of why they even might have ended up there. So it's just like, it's just a combination of so much stuff that I just feel like, you know, just try to reach out and communicate with somebody as much as possible, because I imagine that being a very, very hard, tough situation to deal with, and it's just hard. So that's my little spiel about that. So yeah, I'm about to get in the shower and and wash my hair. But yeah, so that was my little spiel on basically like being there for somebody that's in prison, you know what I'm saying? Showing love, spreading love, and making sure that they're good. I'm going to get permission, and once I get permission, I will put the address down below, and I will, you know, just put everything down there, because at the end of the day, if my family and, you know, his blood family are not reaching out and making him feel loved and special and giving him something to look forward to, then I don't have a problem finding people that will. And there are some people who literally are bored at home, have nothing to do, want somebody to talk to. They would love to just sit and write him. He's a very intelligent, very, very smart young man. Got his head on straight, makes sense, you know. So at the end of the day, conversation is always like juicy, you know what I'm saying? So anybody out there that wants to have juicy conversation through letters, like back in the old days, but you know, you just message somebody that's, you know, not out here right now, then feel free to message him. And I honestly don't care how anybody else feel about it, or how anybody might feel that's not writing him. If you're writing him and communicating with him, then fine, by all means. I salute you, I commend you, I love that. Thank you. The last thing I want him to feel is alone. I don't want him in there feeling like he has nobody, and I don't want him in there feeling like, you know, like don't nobody care about him. Like, I'm pretty sure if he wasn't locked down, it'd be a whole different story. So that's just that. And alright, thank you guys for watching and tuning into my channel, and I'm going to see you guys later. Peace.